Oi,
And
Tiefling. I believe it's your turn to buy drinks. And by the way, what's your name, mate?
That sounds fair. You taught me enough last time. I'm Baroxy. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Alden Ironwood, your humble cleric from Moradin.
Good name, sir. What are you
Pass the
drinking?
spliff while you're at it, mate.
I gladly pass it over because it's still halfway through. And I go to the bar and what are you drinking?
Just an ale.
An ale. 2 ales. I come back and hand that to you with a plum.
Delicious.
It's a nice place, is this? A nice establishment.
so things are going swimmingly for our new group of adventurers in Obsidian Bay. As far as I know, everything is perfect. There's no fear to worry about whatsoever. But for one of our adventurers who was on their way into the bay, they got a little derailed and found themselves in the maw of the city guard's jail cell. And with that, we'll move ourselves on over to the story of Munchkin. Poor wee Munchkin, trapped in a jail cell and waiting for some help that promises to be on the way. And there is no help for poor little Munchkin. Munchkin has been showered in the showers, harassed by the guards, and shoved into a cell, hoping that someone doesn't have to share that cell with him. It's a very, very tiny cell, but much to his. So Munchkin, what do you think about this situation you find yourself in?
I'm not too pleased with it, to be fair. I've been in worse situations, though. I'm sure I'll get myself out of this one somehow.
Yeah. So the guards are shoving you in, and they're asking you to fork over some money. They've taken away all your stuff. They've taken away your gear. They've searched you. They've stripped you down and hosed you down with cold water, and they've checked your belongings for money. And he doesn't have any money, does he? No, not enough for a freaking attorney proper. And you're not a taxpayer, are you? Oh, he's just another vagrant adventurer. Oh, we got to call the adventurers attorney, don't we? Yeah, I guess that's what we got to do. So they walk off, shove him in a cell. Every day or so, they bring him some food. Not very good, pretty gross. And approaching the jail cell is the adventurer that we know as Nimbert Lawhammer, the best gnome barbarian lawyer in Obsidian Bay. Nimbert, what do you say?
So am I just approaching the cell?
Yes, you've been called forward. No, just go into the front door of the guards.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, don't you just walk. One does not simply just walk into a jail cell. You have to be harassed by the guards first.
Okay, so I walk in, see the guard behind the desk, and go, good day, Steve.
Oh, Nimbert.
It's another one, isn't it?
It sure is.
Bloody hell.
I know. Keep it together, Nimbert. I know how it goes for you. I know this is rough for you, but no.
Just one day without this shit is all I want.
This guy tried to pull a knife on one of the guards, stuck it right in his genitalia.
That's so stupid. Come.
Oh, Nimbert, we got it. We're just follow me along. Just go down the stairs here. We're gonna head on down the stairs.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Follow me. I'll lead you down. There we go. Going down the stairs. Come down the stairs at this part of the map over here. Bloop, bloop. And the gates are opening and closing. He leads you away, and he leads you down the stairs. One to enter. Enter. It's very much like Orange is the New Black. And the guards come in and say, you're not bringing any paraphernalia in, are you? Come on.
Oh, no, of course not.
Oh, this is Nimbert.
I wouldn't do such things.
All right. And he goes back and sits behind his desk. No funny business. All right, so the veteran.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. Wouldn't dream of it.
Veteran leads the way in. The gates are opening and closing. He's stepping through the guard cell, going through the shack, and I missed everybody now.
So, Steve, how's the wife?
Oh, she's all right. I took your advice, and it didn't really work. Turns out.
Well, it was worth a try.
Oh, screaming and yelling actually doesn't work as well as you seem to profess it does.
Really?
Yeah, it just
seems to work so well normally.
I know
It works on goblins, so I assumed it would carry over.
I guess I just don't have the constitution that you have to rage as passionately as you rage. But I tried, and I just got slapped around a lot. It was a bad time. It was definitely a bad time. Thanks. I'm sure it works for you, but it was terrible advice for me. But thanks for asking. He goes, he's down there at the end of the hall. He looks like a bunny, but he's not. He's no freaking bunny.
That's very weird.
Mm-hmm.
I see you've done the place up.
We try. We make the slaves do it. I mean the prisoners.
Oh, he's changed shape. Crazy.
That's the big reveal. There's Munchkin.
Oh, wow.
He was behind the rabbit all along.
I guess he drinks and knows things.
All right. So, Munchkin, tell us your story. Or go ahead, guys. Keep going.
Good day. I am Nimbert Lawhammer, attorney at law. I know what you're thinking. I may be a free representative, but I am the best known barbarian lawyer in all Obsidian Bay that I know of.
Are you the only known barbarian?
I couldn't possibly comment.
Walk away, Nimbert. Just walk away right now. That's it. You've had it. Just get out of there. You don't have time for that shit.
God! I come here to help people, and this is the shit I get.
You know what?
Come.
If you bring that sort of attitude to my trial, I'll take you any second of the day.
Well, to be honest, I'm all you've got. So, yes, precisely. He drags a little desk over and sets up a pet quill and a ink pot, and so it says, just a few notes. Name, please?
Munchkin.
Munchkin. Terrible name. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it weren't my choice, but aside of me.
It actually wasn't. True story.
So, occupation. You're not one of those roguish types, are you?
Oh, no.
You wouldn't be lying to me. That would be a bad idea.
Well, attorney-client privilege? You're not going to... This stays between us.
Well, absolutely. Yes.
Oh, then, yeah. Most definitely.
Oh. Damn it! It's going to be one of those days. You see, he clenches his fist and just snaps the quill in two. So, what did you do to be locked up in here?
Well, those two humans just walking into the town, minding my own business, and they tried to extort money out of me. I didn't like it. I admit freely, I sometimes have anger issues. So I drew my blade.
I wouldn't know about that sort of thing.
I drew my blade, stuck it to his bollocks, hoping to intimidate him. I weren't going to attack. I'm not stupid enough to attack the city guard, just stupid enough to intimidate them.
Try to stab them in the balls! That's so stupid!
I didn't try to. I was only threatening to.
And he just smashes the desk in two in front of you. Oh, calm. And he gets that. He reaches into his coat and gets that little music box and winds it up. And it just goes. It's like calm. Right. So, where were we? You're an idiot. Right. Yes. So, what sort of defense are we thinking here?
Well, I'm sure the city guard are not meant to try and extort money out of you.
If you're going to try and put the system on trial, it's probably not going to work.
Not the system, just the guards in general.
Oh, okay, we'll round up all the guards, lock them up in their own cells, and then... No, that's not going to work.
What do you suggest? You're the one who deals with this regularly.
Well, if I appeal to the judge for your sheer lack of intellect, maybe, it's a bit like defense by insanity, but it's defense by idiocy.
How often does that work?
Well, like 12%? I don't know. I've tried this before. It might work, but...
Those are rookie numbers. We've got to try something to improve that.
Those are rookie numbers.
Great line.
I mean, maybe that's your custom for saying hello in your silly custom. I don't know. So stupid.
I can't get any higher to his throat. He's much taller than me.
Oh, so you wanted to stab him in the throat? Oh, that's so much better! Calm.
Is there any way we can pay someone off?
How much coin do you have?
25 gold.
That could probably get your left toe out.
It was worth a shot.
I still think our best bet is just talking to the judge, saying that you weren't aware of what was happening. You thought the guard was a bandit or something, and you were defending yourself. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I could say it wasn't actually inside the city. I could just say he was trying to extort me. I thought he wasn't actually a guard, just pretending to be one.
It could work. Yes. I mean, you did try and stab someone. It's not really. It's not looking good.
In the city. What happened outside the city? It shouldn't.
I don't think that's how the law works here. And I would know, being a barbarian lawyer and all.
I was just trying to defend myself from a thief. Well,
exactly. You were an idiot walking in the streets, and suddenly, bam! A bandit. Also, you thought.
That is what I thought. So you reckon that's our best defense?
Oh, sorry. Just got a coughing fit. Sorry.
Use your constitution.
Yeah. I failed. A constitution. Drinking water. Failed. Natural one. Sorry. As we were saying, yes. I hopefully the judge will see you soon, and you won't be locked up in this place for too much longer.
Yeah,
either that or they'll execute you. I mean, it's a possibility. Or you could stay here forever.
Isn't it your job to try and stop the execution? And
I can certainly try, but I am free.
So you're not good?
As I said, I am the best gnome barbarian lawyer in all Obsidian Bay that I know of.
I have no choice. I'll have to trust you to get it done.
Jolly good. Now remember, don't do anything stupid. Again.
I'm locked in a cell. What can I do?
You roguish types, perfectly capable of getting yourself in trouble, even with a locked in a cell like this, I imagine.
True. Okay, I'll keep quiet.
Sorry.
All right.
So, I say we talk to the guard and try and get the judge to hear your case.
Okay, then.
Guard! My client is ready to see the judge. If the judge is ready to see him, of course.
Well, let's see what we can do. We want to clear this place out as quickly as we can. So we'll get the court proceedings going, and within about a few moments, we'll have you in to see the judge. We're super keener here, and
jolly.
We do happen to have court. We have
that's taxpayer dollars at work.
Well, in order to save taxpayer dollars, we're having court in the Welcome Wench today. So we will have our guards transfer you over there expediently. And we go. Hold on a second. Exactly. Here goes the time warp again.
Doing angry voice hurts my throat.
Oh yeah, definitely. So angry voice. And here we go. Everybody zoom in, and so I'll paste you guys in here in the middle of the courtroom. I know. All right.
The courtroom's in the welcome bench.
Yeah, we're going to borrow a room from the courtroom, from the welcome wench, so that we can have a nice audience, and the audience can help judge.
Hag him.
The courtroom is in use. It's being worked on. The dry rot.
Overseeing this is our trusty soldiers, of course. We got our veteran over here, and Nimbert Lawhammer is approaching the bench, and on the bench is our trusty judge, of course. Ready to take charge.
Oh, wow. Yes.
And, of course, the bailiff is not really happy with all this. He's giving Munchkin a very sour look, and Munchkin is not approving of this.
I'll blow him a kiss.
So the judge wants to know what is going on here. I hear the story about a man poking a guard in the genitalia. Come on. What's the deal?
Well, my client, this small gentleman over here, is on trial for, yes, as you said, stabbing a gentleman, or attempting to. I believe he did not succeed, correct?
That's correct. Hi.
Silence! Silence over there! Slap him! What does my guard say? Madame, I was just doing my job, protecting the taxpayers of this here city. Ma'am, you know I do my job. We go fishing all the time, and you love going on our fishing trips, don't you, Judge? Well, I guess I do. That sure is fun, going fishing with you guys. I just wonder where you get all that money for all that fishing time, fishing expenses. It is so much. You guys have the best lure makers ever. I always wonder where you get all that money from. Yes, ma'am, we are the best city guards. We're here to protect you and save you from all the trouble that could ever show. That's why, ma'am, there are no goblins in Obsidian Bay, except for that one over there that's got 500 gold pieces on its head, and that one over there that's got its gold piece, 500 gold pieces on. But besides that, there are no goblins in Obsidian Bay because of the hard work that we do, ma'am. And I just want to appeal to your sense to hang that man by his genitals for sticking his knife in. Sir, I am the judge here. I will take care of hanging.
Objection!
What? Oh.
Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
So can you tell me what happened on the day that this man stuck his knife into your genitalia? Oh, ma'am, I don't like to think about it very much. It just makes me feel all queasy inside, even though I'm a big tough guard and I slash people up with my multi-attacking sword and offhand sword as well. I just think about what happened. It just makes me feel. Oh, I just don't know if I can bring it up. He approached me and he was so big. He was above almost 3 feet tall. And we were just asking him what his business was, seeing if he came to do bad things to the citizenry here, the tax-paying citizenry here of Obsidian Bay, and we were just asking him if he needed any help with directions and finding his way around. We were being super helpful, and the next thing you know, when the other guard wasn't watching, he reached out and stabbed me with his little blade, just stuck it right into my genitalia, threatening me that if I didn't get out of his way, he was going to do something bad to my naughty parts, and I don't know what to do without my naughty parts. Well, that's a compelling story. I just don't know what I'm going to do about this young man over here in his super stabby in the genitalia ways. That's horrifying. I say horrifying. Oh, it was horrifying, ma'am. It was so horrifying.
Madam, if my client could possibly tell his side of the story.
Oh, do we have to? Do we have to?
I believe it's due process, yes.
Oh, that thing again. Oh,
ad hominem, opus, habeas corpus, and all that.
Oh, golly, gosh darn it. I hate this part of my job. Go ahead.
Well, ma'am, I was walking into town. These two large brutes come up to me. Yes, they were dressed like city guards, but they tried to extort money. I thought they were bandits. I wasn't even in the city yet. I didn't know the guards worked that far out. So I just tried to defend myself. If I had known they were actually guards, I wouldn't have acted the way I did.
Well, then, if they did present themselves as guards, and were they wearing this attire? Oh, yes, ma'am, I was wearing my proud uniform that I wore, the one that you said looked so handsome on me when we went fishing that one time.
Ma'am, I am new to town. I don't know what your guards wear. Yes, these people, they said they were guards, but they were trying to extort money. What guard does that?
What?
So I just assumed they were bandits.
What is this extorting money thing? What is this? What?
Well, they were trying to get 5 gold pieces out of me to be allowed into the city.
Ma'am, I don't know what he's talking about. No one's ever accused me of anything so untoward, ever. And you know the rules. We're not allowed to shake people down outside the city, and I follow the rules because I'm the one who enforces the rules. How could I break a rule if I'm the one who enforces them? How's that even possible, ma'am? I can't even. What about my naughty bits?
Ma'am, there were guards by the gate. These two, they were far out. They were speaking quietly while trying to extort the money from me. So I'm guessing it was to hide from who I assumed were the actual guards.
Yes, so you see, my client was simply protecting his own self, you see.
So you want me to accuse my guards of being
We wouldn't dream of such a thing. We wouldn't dream of such a thing, would we?
People. How is that a thing? I'm supposed to accuse this? Look what you've done to him, she says. Look at what you've done to him.
Judge, Your Honour, if I may, you said you go on regular fishing trips with him and you didn't know how he got the money to afford them.
Oh, he's kind of got you there.
Well, I never. If I ever hear something as outrageous as that again out of you, I will have you hung and tattered, drawn and quartered by your naughty bits. Do you understand me?
Yes, Your Honour.
And we have no goblins in Obsidian Bay, do we?
Well, he mentioned there were 2 just over there, didn't he?
Oh, you seem to have all the answers, don't you, Munchkin? Let me tell you something. Get out of my courtroom right now, or else I'll have... Oh, wait. We need Nimbert to freak out, man. She's not going for it, but Nimbert... yeah, she's just not going for it.
I was like, who's Nimbert? Shit.
Yeah, we haven't had Nimbert freak out yet, and I can't end the case without Nimbert freaking out. And,
Absolutely.
She's still like giving you the loser symbol, and befuddled that you would accuse this guard, and looking at this poor guard and all the things that have happened to him. Nimbert, you are clearly losing this case. Like, this is definitely not going with. This guy keeps digging a bigger hole, isn't he? I mean,
perhaps the guards have more accusers out there.
Maybe if you had an accuser that had some credibility.
Yeah.
Like a holy dwarf.
So, yeah, but we don't have access to that in the courtroom we have right now. We don't have, with the evidence that's being presented, the only thing that's going to save his ass right now, guys, is if Nimbert Lawhammer pops rage. And Nimbert Lawhammer, you know this is true. So as she's about to just rip him a new one, and you know where it's going, because you've been through this before, what do you do, Nimbert?
God. I say, Madam, if I may, this guard is clearly corrupt. He clearly attempted. You can see this as much as me. My client is clearly an imbecile. But, it makes me so fucking angry. He smashes the table.
Oh, God.
Can't you see what's happening here?
Nimbert, stop it.
Wait, does the table break?
Yeah, he breaks the shit out of the table. He smashes the table, and the whole courtroom erupts, and the guard is so busy trying to be pathetic that he and he runs over here. Oh, I can't even my naughty bits. Look what you people are doing.
How can I even eat you
Stop!
naughty bits?
Stop it! I can't have this anymore. Just, Nimbert, get out of my courtroom and take that client with you. Get out of my courtroom, Nimbert.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Another successful case, Nimbert. Nicely done.
That was brilliant.
Since he's a gnome, wouldn't he be flipping the table over since he's so small?
He's got a law hammer, so.
People's elbow it.
Yep.
We will have to use that again. Munchkin, you're free.
Nimbert, that was an impressive display. Let me buy you a drink and thanks.
Oh, well, if you're buying, certainly.
Certainly. For that performance, you deserve one. Maybe even 2.
Oh, jolly good. It's almost worth having a salary. Whatever that is.
And hearing that, do we have anybody that wants to do a backstory and is ready to introduce themselves into the world? Barakas, you're back. Barakas. Anybody? Speak up. Hello.
I could do my backstory really quick.
Well, do your backstory as long as it takes. That's one.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do yours. We're gonna move back out.
I can too.
Okay, so we got 2 people. Sounds lovely. There's some new stuff on the screen you might notice. Munchkin is out of jail. We can get Munchkin out of the pokey place. And let's move on over. Oh, look at that. Do you guys see what I see?
It's that burger van, man.
No, right? That looks like so much fun. Just like America, guys. All the Americans will feel home now. With having McDonald's.
McDaniels.
Roland
I prefer
McDaniels.
Whataburger.
Yes.
I think after all the prison food, I need one of those burgers.
Definitely. Hey, thank you, Crick. That was a lovely job, Origin. Beautifully done.
That was great.
Oh man, I'm exhausted now.
I love that Gnome Barbarian. That Barbarian guy is great.
It's gonna be the shit. I hope everybody gets locked up.
I have not.
Tiny little guy
It
who's
hurts.
going ballistic.
I don't know how much his voice can take of it, though. It hurts.
Nah, it's fine.
All right. Volunteer to testify against the cards.
Yeah, they shook me down for the one electrum. I was kind of pissed about that.
I think I had someone quit because they felt so bad about getting shook down for 5 gold the other day.
Wow,
I
really?
saw something. Yeah, I
Really?
think that's why that guy dipped out, because he's like, "That's bullshit. 5 gold pieces to enter the city." I'm like, "It's a fucking scam, dude. It's like that's the deal. That's a scam.
Part of the thing,
You're supposed
yeah.
to say no. You're supposed to argue against it, not just do what I tell you to do." So
Was his character smarter than him?
I guess so. He's one of those players that they just live by the dice. That's like this whole game is just the dice for them. Who's next? Who do we want? Who is saying they're ready to roll?
I
Chris?
was,
Who?
Vince Burrows.
Vince Burrows. Are you Vince Burrows? Oh, there he is. Vince Burrows. Do you burrow? Do you have a burrow speed?
Sorry, what do you mean?
I'm just
You're getting trolled.
I have nothing but fun with names. So Vince Burrows, you have a story, and we want to hear it. So go ahead and tell us your story, and we'll figure out how to bring you into our world. Welcome.
Okay, yeah, I come from a fairly normal family. I might say actually quite a boring family. Besides myself, I come from a small village at the outskirts of a relatively small forest. My lovely mother runs a tavern there. It's actually the only one there. So, but we serve quite some good food, if I say so myself. And my father is a hunter, who also provides the meat for our tavern. When I grew up, my parents always told me about those heroic stories of a single man who was able to defend a whole village from 20 orcs and 10 goblins all by himself, or a great adventure party delving into the depth of a dungeon and fighting off monster after monster to find the great loot. This inspires me so much when I was young, but also made me dissatisfied with my own life and how boring it is, and never something happens in our small village. I myself decided when I turned 18 that I would leave the next morning to look for those great adventures, what I was always told about. My father trained me in the art of the bow, and I learned quite a bit of cooking, and must say that I'm quite a cook myself. So with this, I lived from the animals. I hunted down in the wild and traveled for a long time. But still now, I still haven't found those great adventures that those people told me about. That's just it.
I like that.
All right, nicely done. So, and you are adventuring towards a great city that promises great adventure. So, let's see how this works out. How are you making your way across to Obsidian Bay? What brings you to Obsidian Bay? Let's get a little more specific. You can look around the map, and there's lots of little red lines with places on them. Is there any one place of particular that stands out that is something you were really interested in?
Yes, I heard about a great square called Adventure Square, and when I heard about this from another person who I met along the road, I thought this would be a great start to find something what might be worth of an adventure.
Sounds like an easy hook. Absolutely. That's definitely a draw for someone who's seeking adventure, as you absolutely are. So how do you make your way to the city? Are you walking? Are you on
Yes,
horseback?
I'm on foot.
Okay, good. Keep it simple. A lot of work to take care of a horse. But it's a long travel.
Yeah,
Do you go travel by
costs quite
yourself?
some money.
Mm-hmm. Do you travel by yourself?
Yes, I travel alone.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and approach the guards, and let's see how this goes.
Don't stab him in the balls.
I can't believe it.
Okay, how do I get my character?
Just move him around. Click and drag.
Okay, where is my character? Next question.
He's on the character sheet.
there.
Yeah, right there. See him?
No.
Okay, so what's the deal? What's the matter?
Ah,
On
there.
that side of the
Yeah.
screen, yeah.
But you put him there.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
no.
there we go. Do this.
All right.
Okay, I slowly approach the two guards, not really minding them. I actually basically ignoring them because I don't think they're anything worthy of being noticed. So I will try to just walk straight past them without saying anything or giving them any attention.
All right, roll me a dex save because they're doing a strength save on you. They're throwing you on the ground right now. So boom. One is shoving you on the ground, the other one's helping, so they get advantage. 19 versus your.
Shit.
Okay, he throws you on the ground. You're prone.
Okay.
What are you doing, boy? What's your business in
Well,
Obsidian
what
Bay?
you doing?
Are you...
You're just trying to throw me on the ground.
I'm enforcing the rule of law, son. Maybe you don't understand how that
Not
works.
rule of law.
What are you, a hippie or
I'm
something?
just walking here.
Yeah, you ain't in the woods anymore, boy. You just wander around the woods. You're going to wander through a city like you're wandering through the woods, taking things from the trees, just stealing whatever you want, aren't you? That's what your plan is. We've seen you come through here before. You better watch
No, you
yourself, boy.
haven't. This is my first time here.
Yeah, I bet it is. Obviously. You don't know how things work, do you?
I would say I'm quietly intelligent, but...
Well, if you need some instructions, I've got some instructions here, and it's only 5 gold pieces for a all-inclusive pass with the instructions that you need in order to not end up in the gallows of Obsidian Bay. Do you want to end up there?
You're crazy? A mere 5 gold pieces for only some instructions?
Oh, yeah. Super helpful. Keep you from being on the ground like you are right now. Keep you from being in a very public way.
I wouldn't pay such things. I don't even have that much. I do, actually.
It's roll. It doesn't matter. He's not backing down from his price. You're not asking him to either. So, what is it that you want to do? You're laying down prone. You're laying down prone.
I try to... is he holding me on the ground or...
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, I try to...
He draws his sword and points it at you to hold you down on the ground. He goes, what are you going to do, boy?
Are there any other people around?
Just the 2 of you. Just the 3 of you right there. 1 of you and 2 of them. And
I do have a worthless ring, but it looks shiny, I believe. Not sure if I added it. Otherwise, I don't. Okay, no. I'm gonna try something else.
Okay. Keep trying.
I have a set of playing cards, and I'm gonna ask if they.
Oh no, we don't have time. He sees what you're going for. He's like, we don't have time for games, kid.
But games are the best, sir.
You can just come back tomorrow if you want to.
No, I'm planning to go now. Adventure doesn't wait for anyone.
Well, if you need instructions to keep yourself from ending up in the position that you're in, we'll be glad to sell them to you.
I think I can do fairly well without any instructions if you just don't keep me on this ground, for starters.
Okay. Parlay is a tactic. It's a strategy. But what you're doing is intimidating, and you're escalating the situation. So, what do you want to do from your position of being on the ground, being flanked by two much tougher forces? You, Vince Burrows. You can burrow. Maybe you could burrow in the ground and hide. But you cannot continue to escalate the situation any further, or else they can accuse you of something worse and put you away for a lie. That is a reality that is crossing your mind as you sit and consider your situation and you ponder your next move.
Yeah, any suggestions? But because I'm not going on playing.
You don't phone. Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? You've got lots of options. You got lots of stuff you can offer. You got lots of parlaying. So remember the word parlay.
I have no clue what parlaying means. So
okay, well, you need to watch more.
Talking.
Yeah, turning nothing into something. But the worst way of parlay is what I think a lot of adventurers get themselves trapped in, and that's really the reason why I set this scenario up the way this is, because the first thing that people think of being an adventurer is I'm going to go out and talk tough. But you got to think about Captain Jack Sparrow, man. Like, he doesn't parlay in a way that challenges and intimidates and brings the situation to more of a boil. He brings the situation down. His parlay is one of, oh, easy there. You know Jack Sparrow, right? From... Yeah. You got to think, and just think of things like that. Think of ways that you can access a situation that appeals to their sense of wanting to feel like they got something out of you, because they're trying to get something out of you. They want to see how squishy you are, and if you fight them, then they want to fight you. Like, that is really in their interest. The more people they lock up, the more it looks like they're doing their job. So there's no real good way to win this situation, the path that you're choosing. So it's hard to choose the other path, but the reason I set this scenario up the way it is to force you guys to go, whoa, this sucks, and I want to freak out on you and fight you, but actually fighting isn't always the best answer. Sometimes scaling it down, reducing the trouble.
Definitely not fight them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not at this level. You will be soon, but not right now.
Okay. I think I'm still deciding to talk with them. But this time a bit more nicer, because I can feel the threats that they are laying down on me.
Mm-hmm.
So
he has a sword right at your chest.
Yeah, it's a very imminent threat.
Impending doom.
And
yeah, and he goes, "What's your status, son? You staying or you going?"
I'm definitely planning to go in honorable guards. I'm just a merely insignificant traveler from a far small city, and I wouldn't be something to acquire special attention, honorable guard.
So what do you want from me? You want instructions?
I think you have made yourself very clear, and I'm definitely someone who is very well behaved and wouldn't cause much trouble. So those instructions you offered me so kindly, I don't think those are really necessary. Am I right?
Well, you'd be right if you paid me the 5 gold pieces. You'd be right as rain.
Am I right that I don't need them if I pay you 5 gold? Please explain.
If you pay me, you're right. If you don't, I don't care what you say. It's pay-to-play law, baby.
But what about a smaller amount on your cards? Because that much gold is not something a merely small
so many
like
words.
myself.
Too many words. Come on, less words. How much you talking? Stop talking to him. Show him money.
I have 2 gold for myself, so I would offer you
What do you
half.
do? Do you tell this or you show this? Are you saying it or are you showing him the 2 gold?
I'm showing the 2
you
gold.
hold out your 2 golds. He reaches out his hand and grabs your hand with the 2 gold in it and pulls you up. Takes the 2 gold and puts it in his pocket and he goes, "Now follow the signs and be nice to the guards. Have a good day, sir."
Yeah, you too. I do a small bow because I don't want to cause any more trouble.
Have a nice day, son.
And I slowly head to the gates.
Epic. All right, you're in. And let's pause you right there as you're going in the city. I think we got somebody else that's coming in as well. Do we have another one? Was someone else ready?
I believe so. Was it not Thelonious?
I'm not sure. Not hearing him.
Was also in?
Yeah, I'm not hearing him right now.
No, I'm ready. Yeah.
All right, choppy. Vince Burrows with your old dirty monk. Oh no, Vince Burrows with Vince Burrows. No. Thelonious Booty.
First, Vince Burrows, Human Hunter.
Yeah, Thelonious Booty.
Yes.
You're ready. Okay, so I'm bringing out your old dirty monk. Is that really his name?
Is that really his name?
I know, right? So go ahead and introduce yourself. Let's get started.
You want me to do my backstory?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so second, let me open up my character sheet. Old Dirty Monk was a carpenter and a damn good one. Whenever you needed a hole patched or a door fixed, you called Dirty Old Monk or Old Dirty Monk. Now one day, Old Dirty Monk was working late when a stranger showed up to his workshop. The stranger had a job and was willing to pay a ridiculous amount of money. Old Dirty Monk was a bit suspicious, but he agreed to hear the stranger out, so he followed the stranger out of town into the wilderness. Almost a whole day's walk away from was a ruined church. They entered and the stranger tossed aside their traveling cloak, revealing glorious white wings. It was an angel of Celestia. The angel had come on the orders of a benevolent god to deliver a command to Old Dirty Monk. "Rebuild my church," it said. So Old Dirty Monk set about repairing the church. He shut down his store as he could not keep up with people's requests and repair the church. He stopped going into town as the mockery of people was starting to get to him. Besides, he had no more money to buy food or supplies, already having sold his home and his possessions. When his tools broke, he made new ones or just pounded the logs into place with the flat of his palm. Soon he discarded the rest of his tools as his hands were better. After nearly half a year, the stranger came to Old Dirty Monk's camp outside of the church. The stranger offered him food, but Old Dirty Monk refused them, insisting that the stranger should eat first. The stranger inspected the work of Old Dirty Monk had done and was pleased. He was even more pleased by Old Dirty Monk's strength, of his unshakable principles, and of his iron will. So the angel gave him a new command. "The God you serve has been forgotten. Those who once worshipped him now only give alms, but not attend the service of the clergy. They have become decadent. Go out and rebuild his church, not this building of wood, but communities of pious hearts and righteous souls. And so old dirty monk went. So that's my backstory.
Okay. So you're on your way into the city, wanting to do noble things. Come on in, and you are approaching the city. Do you approach alone? Are you on horseback? Are you with a caravan? What's your deal?
I approach alone.
Okay. So you approach through the expedition gate, as they all do, from the north. That's actually north on that direction. And you're standing in between the two guards as you approach. And guards are approaching you and says, "How can we help you, sir?"
I just would like to gain entrance to the city.
All right. So have you had a chance to look at the city and decide on a place where you're wanting to go to? Beyond the expedition gate is the Poorman's Gate. Yeah, you can read all that. Poorman's Guild, Expedition Gate. Where do you want to go to?
I was wherever I can find something to spend, somewhere to spend my gold. So is there like a market district?
Of course, there's a market district. But you're wanting to spend money on what? What do you want to buy? You're a monk. You're not supposed to have stuff. What are you talking about?
I was thinking like stuff for my herbalism kit so I can make potions.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the whole reason of coming to this town? This is a big, long journey just to go shopping for herbs when you can get them in the woods?
Well, I guess I could do that too, but...
So let's think about it. There's going to be... Nimbert's fees are definitely 15 gold. So you got 5 gold left, dude. And yeah, old love it. Old dirty monk. Yeah, so let's have a look-see. Let's say you're heading to the Poorman. If you're a monk, the one hook I've got for you is the Poorman's Guild. Okay, so
okay.
Yeah, when you approach the guards, you tell the guards where you're going, and the guards, what's your business in Obsidian Bay? They step in your way.
I'm going to the, what's that guild called again? Sorry?
Poorman's Guild.
The Poorman's Guild.
Yep. Yeah, he's a monk. All right, then. Have a nice day, sir. So you enter the city, and upon entering the city, I love the duality of all these crazy encounters. Then have a nice day.
I know. I was expecting so much worse.
Well, he's clearly a monk. That's fine.
Yeah, he's funk. Yeah, he's a monk. Get out of his way. He has no money. That's the whole shakedown there. So as you are approaching the city, Vince Burrows, after being knocked on the ground, you can also give him cake. She did. You approach you're heading in the city, and you hear some music playing, and a street vendor almost right in your way. Street vendor, play us a tune.
So you see God behind that is small clown wearing gnome who yells, happy meals, everyone get happy meals.
So
yeah, I'm definitely look over because of the interesting music that I hear. But after I look what's served there, I immediately look away because I think that I can make something myself way better.
Oh no, it's a great smelling cheeseburger. Let me tell you about how it smells. It's just lights up your senses, and the price is like really, really cheap. I think it's like 1 copper for a full meal, happy meal too, and it's got happiness. Like, how can you miss out on this? It's happy, and it's a burger. It's like this weird thing that you've never experienced. It's squishy and greasy and meaty and hot, and it's sizzling, and the clown just looks so happy. You're not going to partake. I mean, you're hungry. You've been knocked on the ground. You probably are, interested in that. Is what your narrator thinks.
Would you like a happy meal?
Okay, I go a bit closer to the cart to look at the Happy Meals. And I ask what it is, because I am a little bit curious as someone who is a cook himself from time to time. What this special meal is.
Oh, it has first grade meat, my own special sauce, and some bread with it. I definitely recommend. It. You can get first one for completely free. I'm sure that you will come later to get more. I sell this Happy Meal really cheap.
What for meat is it, dear sir?
Hamburger meat, he says.
Hamburger meat can meat a lot of different things.
Grade A beef, USDA.
May I? Would you tell your secret recipes for others?
I think cooking is something to be shared among many people to enjoy the different kind of meals and improving your own.
But this is my business. If I start to share my recipes, others will take fees.
I don't ask your recipe, I just ask what kind of meat you use.
I can only say that it's first grade, first class, straight from here, Obsidian Bay. Definitely without any kind of gene modifications or any kind of, without any added ingredients. It's definitely first grade.
Why so reluctant, sir? I don't ask for your sauce or your composition. I just ask the kind of animal the meat comes from. I'm a hunter myself, so I take great pride in the animals I hunt. I also slowly get a bit frustrated with the salesman.
Well,
because he's dodging my question.
Yeah, he's thinking he's answering your question. But you notice on the sign he does have a vendor certificate from the city of Obsidian Bay. It's all very legitimate and legal. Because if you're thinking there's something untowered going on, you do notice that he's absolutely legitimate business owner, businessman here of Obsidian Bay.
I'm not thinking that's something bad is with it. I just am curious and I don't understand why he doesn't want to share because I have a different take on cooking.
He does have a health certificate. He is fully licensed by the city. You see all that publicly displayed in the front if you're scratching your head and questioning his tactics. He is a gnome dressed as a clown. So he's definitely a little bit off-putting for someone as sensible as you.
I decide to figure it out myself because he doesn't want to tell me, and because I am fairly experienced around cooking. I think I will manage to taste it. So I do pay the vendor, the salesman, to try one of his hamburger or Happy Meals. Was it? Does the Happy Meal? I ask if the Happy Meal does include a hamburger because I'm not sure if I can see
that. What is this hamburger you are speaking of? I have only these Happy Meals, but sure, I can gladly take a bite of this. And you see that Roland gladly, and you see that Gnome gladly starts to eat hamburger without any problems at all.
He said he's going to buy one. That's what he said. So he bought one. Yeah, he's buying one. And you offered it for free. He's going to go ahead and buy one. He wants to try it.
I give him the, what was it, 1 copper coin?
Yeah, right? Is that how much it is?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I give him the 1 copper coin because I think that it says you should give something in return if someone provides you a meal.
Okay.
And I try to taste the different kind of things.
Okay.
So you taste it. It tastes wonderful. You taste wonderful tasting sauce, which absolutely melts in your tongue. It tastes a bit greasy and a bit salty, but still it tastes just wonderful.
I certainly think that there is something to it, but you said something that it was so great, but I definitely would have expected to have some great spice, and that it was really spicy. But
you do notice a special spice. There is a secret sauce that he has imagined. And
is it a really spicy sauce?
Mm-hmm. Not really spicy.
I'm actually quite satisfied.
Okay. But that's the secret he won't...
Yeah,
that secret sauce is what he won't tell anybody what it is. It's a secret, is what he makes a big deal about. That's why he was seeming sketchy, but that's why he was seeming sketchy, I'd say.
I compliment the salesman, especially because it's really spicy and that's something I really like.
Thank you.
I actually give him another copper coin because of how great the food was.
And may I give you fish? And I give him small egg-shaped object with basically being just the size of thumb, of normal human thumb.
Sure, of course, and I take it from him. What do I actually see this object?
It is just a white thumb-sized object which can be opened to two pieces. Again, wonderful that you enjoyed this Happy Meal. And then he goes back to yelling.
Okay.
Happy meals, everybody, happy meals.
After this exchange, and I try to make my way to the adventure place.
Okay. So in this interaction, Old Dirty Monk, do you and Vince take a moment to have you guys talk to each other? Were you both curious about this vendor, and did you share a conversation? Do you think there was a connection there between the two of you?
I definitely noticed him standing near.
Okay.
But I was really engrossed in the talking with the salesman, so I haven't really talked to him yet.
Okay. So noticing you and also listening in the conversation, but definitely not interested in meat, probably a vegetarian. I'm not sure. I'm just assuming. Old Dirty Monk is there, and Old Dirty Monk, what do you say to Vince as you are standing there?
Enjoying your burger, are you?
Yes, sure. I sure am. It's a really spicy, wonderful dish.
Just be careful. I hear they can add a whole lot to your thighs.
I'm not worried about this. I'm a healthy young man, and I hunt every day. I try to hunt every day, and that's really good for your health.
I'm sure adventuring will keep you healthy anyways. I'm Old Dirty Monk. What's your name?
My name is Vince Burris. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What's your objective to coming to this large town?
I'm searching for adventure.
Oh, what a coincidence! That's actually my objective for my whole journey, actually. To find the greatest adventures, which is told about in many stories.
Perfect. That's also what I'm looking for.
I have heard about a special area somewhere called in this town. It was called something adventuring something. I'm sorry, but I'm not really great with names or places, so it's all a bit hazy for me. But are you willing me to follow? This might actually lead to something. I've tried many things, but I guess this is promising.
Yes, it sounds very promising.
Okay, I have actually no clue. So,
Okay, so seeing
can
that,
I ask?
yeah. Everyone's very super helpful. There's signs that go to the welcome wench, and you're definitely on your way. That was based on the advice that the guards had given you. What you purchased for that 2 gold pieces from them.
Oh yeah, that's great. Great deal.
Definitely. So yeah, you're on your way, and you're thankful to the little food vendor that was able to give you a little bit of food and make you feel a little more at home. At least for Americans, we'll see in McDonald's and go, oh my God, it reminds me of home. But no, it's definitely the worst thing ever. How bad could it be? Find out next time on Obsidian Bay Stories. We're going to head on down to the Welcome Wench, to a party that's already in session, and I'm going to have you guys just kind of mosey on in the door, as the 2 of you do, because the main thing is to get 2 people connected, and you guys did do that successfully. So here you are, approaching and entering the Welcome Wench, and as you do, there is a group of people. There is Amber, Bliss, and Baroxy sitting around a table, considering what to do next, when at that moment, you see these 2 mighty fine adventurers walking in the door. Oh, and also, don't forget about Munchkin as well. Munchkin is now a definitely endearing part of the party, because he just got ridiculously scolded by our lovely public practice lawyer. What's that noise? So, let me know. How do you guys want to do this?
Well, I'll be buying Munchkin a drink. I will have done that.
Yeah, and since I'm just entered, of course I look first a little bit to see the atmosphere in this tavern, I guess, or pub.
Okay.
And I try to look for empty seats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Yeah, and the 2 of you are greeted. There is actually a man outside who greets you, but is busy talking to someone else at the moment, and bids you good day as you walk in. He was smoking a spliff. So you walk in. You're looking for an empty seat. You don't quite see any, but anybody of the party, Baroxy, Munchkin, Bliss, and Amber, want to take an opportunity of this? You see these 2 guys walk in.
Guy.
You recognize them as new. Yep, go ahead.
You look like a fine, dirty fellow. Come join us.
Fine, dirty fellow.
Yeah, you guys look like new to the place.
Of course.
Yeah, I heard their greeting, and I think, nice people around here, and I approach them and greet all of them. Thank you for saying hi and inviting us to join you guys.
Anytime. What are you drinking?
Nice ale would always do.
Indeed.
I'll take some water.
I'll buy a round for everyone, including water for the monk.
While
He's
he's
just sitting at the table rolling a joint.
trying to buy our next, I want to stir up a conversation and ask, how are you all, and what's your how's your stay here in this big city? Because it's quite new for me, such a big city. I was traveling smaller cities before. Villages.
Yeah, much the same as you. I've been travelling for a while. I'm quite tired, actually. Glad I saw the city on the horizon. I need a place to lay my head. And I heard this place had a good library. Anybody know anything about that?
I just arrived. I'm sorry I can't really help with you, but there are some not so helpful guards who pointed me to this place.
They appeared quite hospitable to me. They just let me on through.
I wish they did the same for me, I would say.
They were rather rude to me.
Oh, for guards, they were wonderful. They even came to later on watch my show. They were really nice persons. They guided me here and all.
Oh yeah, the guards were very kind to me as well.
Maybe they just don't like. Maybe they're just racist.
They took an electron
They
from
must
me,
be in
but I
a
blessed them
farm
afterwards.
that day when I came by. I surely did nothing wrong, I think. Yeah.
Munchkin, you appeared to have a hard time. What was this? What was that trial about? I mean, that's
I
bad
tried to
luck,
stab
man.
one of them in the bollocks.
You were trying
Good
to
on
stab
you. Good on
somebody.
you.
You were trying to stab somebody.
Yeah, one of the guards.
Sounds like you.
One of the guards. Dear God.
Yeah, I can understand, but they are not the most nice people, I would say, but stabbing them? This might be
I like this man.
I underestimated them. Didn't think they'd be as strong as they were.
Ballsy move.
It surely didn't end really well if you stabbed one of the guards.
Why did you choose that location? Why couldn't you just stab him in the foot or something?
Well, the balls were at head height.
Why do people want to stab loyal citizens of this town who does their work and even tries to guard this town?
They tried to rob me. Anybody tries to take the money from me, I'm going to try and stab them. I need to defend myself.
That must cause problems in taverns or shops or... oh, well, anyway.
Usually I handle myself better. I was having a bad day.
Happens to the best of us.
Tell me about it. The RNG gods, they don't like us sometimes.
What is this RNG?
I think I saw a temple to them.
They sound cruel.
They are. Cruel.
Abyssal gods, aren't they?
I don't know. I follow Morden.
I walk to counter and order best quality wine to both me and Amber.
Wasn't someone else already buying us a rounds, I believe?
Yeah, but I mean, who drinks ale?
I do, sir.
I do, sir.
There's nothing wrong with a fine ale.
It quiets the voices down. It stops the... Yes.
It's the heart of every tavern and pub. It's no, if you don't have it, then you just can stop this business. It's the most important part. I can definitely know since I grew up in a tavern myself. I'm a bit offended by the statement, but not anything that I get mad over. But
While they're having that discussion, I go over to Baroxy. Where did you get that? Where can I get one for myself? I need a good smoke.
Oh man, the guy at the door let me have one is brilliant. I'll let you have some of this. I'm currently in the process of rolling when I put a bit extra in, roll it up, and I'll let you spark this one. So you look after that trial, you certainly need it.
You're a gent.
I use firebolt to light it for you.
Even a light. Brilliant.
You know what goes good with a good smoke and a good drink? A good fight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Physical fight, maybe not, but I have
Can we
spells.
get one of those?
Have y'all heard rumblings around that the gods are covering up something?
What's this?
I've not heard this. Carry on.
I heard it from one of the people in the corner. They say there's these creatures in the center of the city.
Creatures.
Yes, not very friendly creatures.
In the city?
But maybe they have some stuff that we want.
Like their heads.
Treasure.
What for creatures? Are we talking monsters or demi-humans?
Demons?
I don't believe they're that violent, but maybe a little bit of insight would help.
I'm not really sure if it is wise to go on such a half story, I would say.
What's the worst that could
if we
happen?
want to do something, we need to investigate more for known dangers and what it is, the details of it.
This intrigues me.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
I want to go. It seems like a good place to see, to find information, maybe? I'm not sure. It will tell us the kind of danger we can find in this city, at least.
Yeah. What
Do you know what
monsters
the
lay
location?
We might want to avoid speaking this around the gods, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest the guards either.
Not
No, they're
very
not
friendly
fans
folk.
of mine.
So,
Speak to the barman. They're usually a good source of information.
Luis, you have been here longer than us. Do you happen to know of this?
yes, actually, I during this week I have been here. I have heard several times, or seen several times, parties going and coming from that.
Do you know where they went?
From the dungeon. They are sometimes really battered up and really bloodied, and they tell horrible stories about how difficult it is.
Do they have any advice for preparing for such a journey?
Did they bring back anything valuable?
Well, I have seen couple times that there has been multiple weapons and things like that they have sold here in this tavern.
Any magical item? This intrigues me.
I haven't seen anything but just selling of normal items. I assume that there could be, of course, magical items, but who knows? I haven't been there before.
Perhaps we could ask the merchant we met the other day. The man with the spliffs.
Yes. Yes, he seems to know what's going on around here.
It might be
Let's go
a
speak to him then.
purple shot.
Yeah, he was in the courtyard on the other side. Let's go find him.
Right about that moment, Gundigoot starts stepping in from conversation he was having outside.
There he is.
And he says, Bliss, you going to play us some more music soon? Starting to grow on me, Bliss. Welcome. We've got a good group of members here that looks like you're getting ready to form a party.
Yeah, we've heard rumors about adventurers going on excursion. Bring back treasure. Fighting thing.
Yep, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing, and as someone who has seen a lot of adventures come and go, I've been around these parts since the times of the elemental evil crisis, and all people need is a good balanced party, and they can do wondrous things. And this space you're talking about, I know it well enough. It's definitely a good challenge and a good way to bring a group of you together around one common goal. Now, I can sweeten the deal for you. You bring me weapons, I'll sell them. I run the local militia here in this part of the town. And as we've talked, the adventurers are what make the difference here in this town. And being that you're noble and of good standing in my bar, I'll honor any of the weapons that you bring, and I'll give you half whatever the value is of them. So bring yourselves back in one piece, and let's see how successful you can be. It is getting a little late, he says. Are you sure you want to go so late? And he's actually referring to what the Dungeon Master is doing in meta and asking the actual players for a moment. How do you guys feel about the time? We've now been at this for an hour and a half in-game, but we spent a couple hours getting ready, so it's now 4 o'clock my time. We've been at this for 3 hours. Some of us are in different time zones, and it's middle of the day for me, but that means it's middle of the night for some people. How are you guys doing? Crick?
I'm okay.
I'm good.
Z?
About another 2-3 hours.
Yeah? Z, how you doing?
I mean, it's Friday, so even if it is middle of the night,
Okay.
well,
Yeah.
Perfect.
Might need
I
to
think
talk
I'm
a
the
bit
only one who won't.
quieter, but nothing else.
I have to do dinner.
He says,
I do need to eat.
What?
I do need to eat.
Okay. Well, let's put a pin in. Let's put a pause then. And we'll pause. And the next thing we'll do is we'll be getting into the gobby hole. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds
Alright.
good.
Perfect.
Excellent. Anybody that's in this that knows how it works that wants to run a monster today?
What kind of monster?
You're not running a monster. You're running Amber.
Oh, wait, what?
Aren't you running Amber?
Yes, but I thought, what kind of monster am I running? I thought this is going to be pinned down, or is it for next time?
No, we're going to do it now. Do you have time?
Yes.
I was merely asking.
I have a.
Mm-hmm. Good. All right. Crick could run a monster.
Hey, Crick.
You want to?
I could do.
I like that how you
Yeah.
got players running the NPCs.
It is so fun. I swear, it just brings it to a whole new level of fun. Cool. Well, let's. I'm gonna pin things just now. Just take a short break so people can grab some food. Just because we've been doing it for over an hour, we can take a short 15-20 minute break, and we'll come right back in the action. When we come back, we're gonna be heading straight into the gobby hole.
Banging.
Sweet.
Okay, cool.
All right. Pause. Yes.
Reconvene about 20 past.
Sounds great. Yeah. Roll your hit dice. IRL.
is it getting is it getting late for you, Crick?
No,
It is, but it's Friday, so I'm fine to carry on for a bit.
Wonderful.
Lovely. This is gonna be fun.
I'm not sure
Yeah, I'm
if
gonna go grab some hummus.
saw the message before.
What's that?
I'm not sure if you saw the message before. I am done with Amber's father, Adric.
Yes, I saw that. Cool.
So, I don't need control of him anymore. He's all yours.
I'll take him away. All right, guys. We're gonna pin it, and
Looks
we'll
like
come back in
Folden
15
can't make it.
or 20. What?
Looks like Folden can't make it.
Oh, okay. Who?
Nah, it's no big deal.
Okay. We'll figure out something. We could bring in someone else too, maybe. Let's just we'll factor in what we got to factor in and just keep stepping forward, guys.
Okay, cool.
All right. End of file.